many great masters become enlightened realization, meaning enlightened means they don't have no judgment towards anything, anywhere, and they don't have no negative emotions towards anything, anybody, and especially they don't have no self-interest issues, and self-issues about spiritual or other things, and nothing about all this ego drive, worldly or spiritually. No, nothing exists for them. That's why we say realized masters. Realized master meaning they don't have no self-agendas. So that's why it's mean enlightenment. Sometimes enlightenment become abstract, too abstract for us. So sort of like you need to imagine like a painting, like abstract painting, abstract painting. So you try to look and try to project as a, each person looking at the painting, they have their own feelings and their own stories, abstract painting. But then when you look at the traditional Tibetan painting, you can't have so much idea. You know what it actually is, because they already draw. They're very clear. You have very permanently there. But in abstract one is very much. But same thing when we talk about mindfulness, when we talk about mind training, compassion, all this kind of stuff, and everybody now in America knows quite well about that. It's not become so abstract. But whenever I say enlightenment, then you become abstract. I say, okay. So I need to picture what does it mean of that enlightenment is, That's why I try to say to all of us can comprehend, you can taste, you can imagine that enlightenment means no judgment. The person does not have judgments. Enlightenment person means who does not have this kind of negativity thoughts, such as anger and jealousy and so forth. And enlightenment person means he doesn't have no self-agenda at all. And that is we call in meditation tradition, he is a realized practitioner. So anybody has a kind of self-interest, and we say he is not realized completely. And time to time he loses self-interest in the moment in the meditation. He says, okay, then you are enlightened that moment. But then after you have self-interest begin, now you are sentient beings. So time to time, this is how you understand enlightenment. So it's enlightenment not become too abstract, too far away from us, Now you ask me, Rinpoche, what is the main thing that I should keep in my mind? The most important in the meditation practices, they have three important principles that you should keep in mind. That is mentioned many times in many sutras of the Buddha's teachings and the esoteric tantric teachings. They both are mentioned again and again. Bodhicitta, that is the first one. Motivation, the bodhicitta, or not motivation, just bodhicitta is first. Guru yoga, meaning the practice of, I'm going to explain later, that is second. Looking at your nature of mind, that is third. So this three is a very important three, because compassion point of view, motivation point of view, bodhicitta holds the key of all the Buddha's teaching. Okay, I'm talking about of behavior level, mentally level, all right? Now, as a spiritual level, devotional level, spiritual level, Guru Yoga is very important. Okay? Now, you really want to gain realization. You want to get out from judgment, negative thoughts. You really want to be less self-agenda, self-clinging. You really want to reduce that one. Then you need to meditation of nature of mind. Looking at nature of mind, meditating nature of mind. This is a three principle. And you don't have no much to do, but you try to keep doing this is very good. Now, the problem is we keep forgetting our practice. We keep forgetting our practice. That's why very important in the Buddhist teaching, they says mindfulness. You can hear me? Yeah. The mindfulness is the most important practice that you should do. Now, please don't be misunderstand the mindfulness in just being mindful in this moment. I'm not talking about that one. Mindfulness meaning after you understood the teaching. For example, you ask me, what is bodhicitta? I give you very simplified, okay? May all sentient beings free from suffering. You must think, what does mean suffering? Oh. Cause of suffering. It attain enlightenment of realization. You understand? That is bodhicitta. So simple. First half is compassion. Second half is wisdom. First half is may all sentient beings free from suffering, causes of suffering, compassion. May attain enlightenment of realization, wisdom. How to practice? First, the practice is thinking. May all sentient beings free from suffering, cause of suffering, attain enlightenment. For that reason, I want to practice. May all sentient beings free from. First, you're thinking. Second, what you think, you must put into your feeling. So when you say may all sentient beings like that, then why you need to take care of all sentient beings? The traditionally say all the sentient beings are connected to us. We are all interconnected. Now, for example, I don't know many of you, and you don't know many of you, you don't know me. So we have this kind of barrier called ice barrier. You know ice barrier? So I say, I think, oh, you can be my mother, my past life. I can be your mother in many lifetimes before. When you think like that, you don't need to believe in. You just think that way. Most of ice already breaks down. Just by thinking that. You feel like you have something feeling about. You feel closer. That's why I tell people that you don't need to believe in. Just do it. Think like that. Your compassion comes easier. Secondly, whenever I say suffering, today my teaching, I try to explain to remind you something, to give you something to hold on, that you can handle yourself. Suffering means to me physical suffering. Through physical, my mentally suffering, emotionally suffering, and suffering of family, relationship, something that I need to fulfill my wish, it is to not fulfill my wish, something that I don't want to have it, but I keep coming up. All these things is part of pain or difficulties or challenges. So I wish all of you free from that. But that is enough? No. Cause of suffering. What is cause of suffering for you? For you, for me, for you. What is cause of suffering to you? You understand? You think, oh, my negative thoughts. I can see my anger. Make my life miserable. You understand? I wish all being free from suffering, causes of suffering, especially the anger. You gain wish right away there. You can make the connection right away after you see. That's the point. Cause of suffering is poisons and ego clinging. Ego clinging, me, meditate, me. Really, you think carefully. From morning, wake up, me, I. Really, so funny to say. I meditate. Me. Really, such a interesting our have. I wish all being free from suffering, causes of suffering, internal enlightenment. Internal enlightenment means what? Completely free from ego clinging, completely free from negative thoughts. To become completely free, may I realize that. Through my meditation, may I realize that. Through this, because of that motivation, I drink this water. With that motivation, I'm going to go to work. With that motivation, I'm going to eat meal. With that motivation, I'm going to take shower. You do like that, it's okay. Before go to sleep. With that motivation, I go to sleep.